Who makes more money on a cruise, a doctor or a captain? How can you make money working on a cruise ship? From how to start and payment ranges to our picks for the best entry-level jobs by best paid, more free time, easiest to apply, and easiest to do with no experience. Don't wait, quit today and cruise tomorrow. Let's dive in. Before we go in depth with the job positions, let's address some common misconceptions. How is it to work on a cruise ship? Many people think that cruise ship jobs involve grueling hours and no free time. While it's true that the work can be demanding, especially during peak times, crew members do get time off to explore ports and enjoy the amenities on board. Don't worry if you don't have experience. There are plenty of jobs with no experience on a cruise ship. These positions offer a great entry point into the industry and a chance to work your way up. In the next section, we'll go over them in detail. We have ordered them by income and not by experience, so make sure to pay close attention to the requirements. Packing for your new adventure is crucial. So, what to pack when working on a cruise ship? Essentials include comfortable work attire, personal hygiene products, and leisure clothes for your off-duty time. But the most important things are your documents like your passport and any necessary visas or work permits. What can deny you a cruise ship job? Common reasons include failing a medical examination, medical issues not disclosed or incompatible with job requirements, failing background checks or lacking the necessary qualifications, and incomplete or falsified documentation, of course. It's important to ensure all your documents are in order and that you meet the cruise line's health and safety standards. Where does the crew live on a cruise ship? Crew members reside in designated quarters located on the lower decks, separate from passenger areas to ensure privacy for both parties. Larger ships often include recreational areas, mess halls, and crew bars for downtime relaxation. Where do the cabin crew sleep on a cruise ship? Cabin crew members share small, functional living spaces, typically accommodating 2 to 4 individuals with bunk beds and a small wardrobe. The cabins are designed to maximize space and provide a place for rest and personal belongings. Can crew members keep family on the cruise ship while they work? Unfortunately, the answer is generally no. Cruise lines have strict policies about who can stay on board. However, some lines may allow short visits during port stays or turnaround days, but this is rare and needs approval from management. Finally, what are the benefits of working on a cruise ship? Let's break it down. Number 1. Travel opportunities. Crew members get to visit multiple destinations worldwide. Number 2. Accommodation and meals. Free lodging and meals are provided throughout the contract. Number 3. Career advancement. Opportunities for career growth and promotions. Number 4. Health benefits. Access to onboard medical facilities and health insurance. And number 5. Cultural exchange and networking. Work with people from diverse backgrounds and cultures while building connections with professionals in various fields. How much money can you make working on a cruise ship? This section will be divided into 9 categories: hospitality and hotel services, food and beverage, entertainment and activities, entry level, entertainment and activities, mid-advanced level, retail and customer service, casino, administrative, medical and health, deck and engineering. Let's begin with hospitality and hotel services. In this category, we have 5 positions beginning with number 1, laundry staff. Pay range is between $1,000 to $1,600. Requires a high school diploma and ability to operate laundry machines. As for experience, this is an entry-level job. Prior laundry or housekeeping experience preferred but not required. Number 2, housekeeping staff pay range is between $1,000 to $1,800. Requires a high school diploma, good physical stamina, and attention to detail. As for experience, this is an entry-level job. Prior housekeeping experience preferred but not mandatory. Number 3, bell staff pay range is between $1,200 to $1,800. Requires a high school diploma, good communication skills, and physically fit. As for experience, entry-level hospitality or customer service experience preferred. Number 4, cabin stewards, stewardesses. Pay range is between $1,200 to $2,200. Requires a high school diploma, good communication skills, and physically fit. As for experience, preferably 1 to 2 years in housekeeping or hospitality. Finally, number 5, front desk guest services staff pay range is between $1,800 to $2,800. A degree in hospitality management is an advantage. Excellent communication skills, customer service experience, fluency in multiple languages is a plus. As for experience, 1 to 2 years in customer service or hospitality. Next category is food and beverage services. Number 1, kitchen assistants and dishwashers. Pay range is between $1,000 to $1,500. It requires the ability to handle physical work and teamwork. As for experience, none to 1 year. Number 2, restaurant hosts and hostesses. Pay range is between $1,200 to $1,800. It requires a friendly demeanor and good communication skills. As for experience, none to 1 year. Number 3, bartenders. Pay range is between $1,200 to $2,500. It requires basic bartending skills, customer service skills, and mixology knowledge. As for experience, none to 1 year. Number 4, restaurant servers. Pay range is between $1,200 to $2,500. It requires good communication skills. As for experience, 1 to 2 years of previous experience in restaurants or hotels is beneficial. Number 5, chefs. Pay range is between $2,800 to $5,000. It requires a culinary degree. As for experience, 2 to 3 years in kitchens. Does my own kitchen count as experience? I mean $5,000, it's not bad at all. Following, we have entertainment and activities, which are separated into 2 groups, entry level and mid-advanced level. Let's start easy. Number 1, pool lifeguards. Pay range is between $1,200 to $1,800. It requires a lifeguard certification, CPR and first aid certification, and good swimming skills. As for experience, prior lifeguarding experience is preferred. Number 2, youth counselors. Pay range is between $1,400 to $2,200. It requires experience working with children, CPR and first aid certification, and a background check. As for experience, 1 to 2 years in childcare or education. Number 3, entertainment staff. Pay range is between $1,500 to $2,500. It requires an outgoing personality, experience in hosting activities or events, and good communication skills. As for experience, 1 to 2 years in a similar role. Number 4, DJs. Pay range is between $1,800 to $2,800. It requires knowledge of music genres and the ability to mix music with DJ equipment. As for experience, 1 to 2 years. Number 5, fitness instructors. Pay range is between $2,000 to $3,200. It requires a certification in fitness training, CPR and first aid certification, and knowledge of fitness programs. As for experience, 2 or more years as a fitness trainer. Now moving on to mid-advanced level, we have number 6, magicians. Pay range is between $2,000 to $3,500. It requires talent in performing magic tricks, good stage presence, and audience interaction skills. Must prove prior experience in performing magic shows. Number 7, dancers. Pay range is between $2,000 to $3,500. It requires proficiency in various dance styles, physical stamina, and performance skills. Must prove experience in professional dance, often with formal training. Number 8, musicians and bands. Pay range is between $2,000 to $4,000. It requires musical talent, the ability to play instruments and perform live music. Must prove experience in performing live music, often with formal training. Number 9, comedians. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,000. It requires strong comedic skills, the ability to perform stand-up routines, and engage with audiences. Must prove experience in stand-up comedy or similar performances. Number 10, production technicians. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,500. It requires knowledge of sound and lighting equipment and technical skills for setup and operation during events. Must prove prior experience in technical production roles. Last one in this category, we have number 11, cruise director. Pay range is between $4,000 to $7,000. It requires strong leadership, organizational, and interpersonal skills, overseeing all onboard entertainment activities. Must prove several years of experience in entertainment or hospitality management. Next category is retail and customer service with the next 5 positions. Number 1, shop assistants. Pay range is between $1,200 to $2,000. Requires a high school diploma. No experience needed. Number 2, photo lab technicians. Pay range is between $1,500 to $2,500. Requires a high school diploma and photo lab tech training. As for experience, 1 to 2 years preferred. Number 3, photographers. Pay range is between $1,800 to $2,800. Requires a high school diploma and photography training. As for experience, 1 to 3 years preferred. Number 4, shore excursion staff. Pay range is between $1,800 to $3,000. Requires a high school diploma. As for experience, 1 to 3 years preferred. And number 5, retail managers. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,500. Requires a high school diploma and retail management training. As for experience, 2 to 4 years preferred. Following, there's the casino category. Number 1, slot technicians. Pay range is between $1,500 to $2,500. Requires a high school diploma and slot tech training. As for experience, 1 to 2 years preferred. Number 2, casino dealers. Pay range is between $1,800 to $2,800. Requires a high school diploma and dealer training. As for experience, 1 to 3 years preferred. Number 3, casino hosts. Pay range is between $2,000 to $4,000. Requires a high school diploma and casino management training. As for experience, 2 to 4 years preferred. Next in the list, we have the administrative category. Number 1, IT staff. Pay range is between $1,500 to $2,500. Requires a high school diploma and IT certifications. As for experience, 1 to 2 years preferred. Number 2, purser. Pay range is between $1,800 to $3,000. Requires a high school diploma and hospitality training. As for experience, 2 to 3 years preferred. Number 3, human resources. Pay range is between $2,000 to $4,000. Requires HR certifications, degree preferred. As for experience, 3 to 5 years. Let's continue with the medical and health category. Number 1, medical assistance. Pay range is between $2,000 to $3,500. Requires a certification in medical assistance. As for experience, 1 to 2 years preferred. Number 2, massage therapists. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,000. Requires a certification in medical assistance and a state license. As for experience, 1 to 3 years preferred. Number 3, spa therapists. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,500. Requires a certification in medical assistance and a state license. As for experience, 1 to 3 years preferred. Number 4, nurses. Pay range is between $3,500 to $6,000. Requires a certification in medical assistance, state license, and a nursing degree. As for experience, 2 to 4 years of clinical experience. Number 5, doctors. Requires a certification in medical assistance, state license, and a medical degree. As for experience, over 5 years of clinical experience. Pay range is between $7,000 to $15,000 a month. Finally, the last category, Deccan Engineering and its 7 positions. Number 1, maintenance staff. Pay range is between $2,000 to $3,500. Requires technical training and relevant certifications. As for experience, 1 to 3 years in a maintenance role. Number 2, security officers. Pay range is between $2,500 to $4,500. Requires security training and maritime security certification. As for experience, over 2 years in security roles. Number 3, environmental officers. Pay range is between $3,000 to $6,000. Requires a degree in environmental science and relevant certification. As for experience, over 3 years in environmental roles. Number 4, safety officers. Pay range is between $3,500 to $6,000. Requires a safety certification and maritime safety training. As for experience, over 3 years in safety roles at sea. Number 5, deck officers. Pay range is between $3,500 to $8,000. Requires a maritime academy graduate and officer's license. As for experience, 3 to 5 years at sea. Number 6, engineers. Pay range is between $5,000 to $10,000. Requires a degree in marine engineering and an engineer's license. As for experience, over 5 years in marine engineering roles. And finally, the last one, number 7, captains. Requires a maritime academy graduate and captain's license. As for experience, over 10 years at sea in previous officer roles. Pay range is between $9,000 to $15,000 a month. At the end, doctors and captains could be making the same amount. However, entry amount and experience required make the difference. I think my mom would still prefer for me to go with doctor instead of captain or YouTuber. In case you got hooked on one of the previously shown positions, you are probably wondering how to find cruise ship jobs. Now here's where you'll find those opportunities. To apply for any of them, go to the career section of the cruise line's official website. For example, Carnival Cruise Line careers, Royal Caribbean careers, or Norwegian Cruise Line careers. Next, create a profile. Most cruise line websites will require you to create an account or profile. Fill in your personal details, work experience, and upload your resume. After that, go to search for jobs. Use the search function to find jobs that match your skills and interests. You can filter by department, location, and job type. Then, submit your application. Apply for the selected job by submitting your application online. Ensure that your resume and cover letter are tailored to the specific job you are applying for. Once done, make sure to follow up with the cruise line's HR department to express your continued interest and inquire about the status of your application. Besides that, use job boards. Apply through job boards like all cruise jobs by creating a profile, uploading your resume, and applying for listed jobs. Also, use recruitment agencies. Register with agencies like Viking Recruitment and CTI Group. They will guide you through the application process. And of course, prepare for interviews. Be prepared to discuss your experience, skills, and why you want to work on a cruise ship. And now, what you have probably been waiting for, the best entry-level cruise ship jobs categorized by best paid, more free time, easiest to apply, and easiest to do with no experience. First of all, for best paid, we have bartenders and waiters or waitresses, with a pay between $1,200 to $2,500 per month. Remember, this is entry level, and the cruise is already providing food and bed. Now, for more free time, we have youth counselors. who work shifts with substantial free time when not conducting activities, and entertainment staff, who work during scheduled events with free time between activities. Next, in easiest to apply, we have housekeeping staff with a high turnover rate, many positions available, and kitchen assistants or dishwashers. An entry-level position with many opportunities. Finally, in easiest to do with no experience, we have laundry staff, just simple repetitive tasks, easy to learn on the job, and bell staff, who assists guests with luggage and have relatively straightforward duties. That, of course, unless you have the certifications to be a pool lifeguard. As long as you can swim and nobody is drowning, that could totally be the easiest. Got inspired? Then take action, apply now. The worst thing that could happen is that you will have to tell your current boss that you are taking another job while traveling the world. Please let me know your thoughts on this list. Do you agree, or what would you change? If you have cruise experience, please leave us a comment telling us how accurate this is and for how long you would recommend it. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more tips on making money, and share it with anyone who might be interested. Yes, even the comedians. Smooth sailing, everyone!